What is up, guys? It's Bandung coming at you from Queens, New York. I'm here today with none other than
Billy Bombs.
All right. Today we're going to continue our 90s hardcore series, and this time we've got a big fan favorite. I know, at least everybody I know that likes hardcore, and that's Awkward Thought.
Dude, one of the best albums, one of the best live shows.
Yeah.
This band is such a fucking trooper when it comes to a lot of shows. Do you remember the first time you saw him?
CBGB's with no redeeming social value. I think Awkward Thought. I think they headlined that one. I can't remember, but
maybe No Redeeming.
I know it was with No Redeeming and Awkward Thought. There were more bands, but I can't remember. I can't remember the show. What about you?
OVCBs. They played so many CB shows that they played every show.
Yeah.
One of my first shows I ever saw, at CB's, was Awkward Thought with I think Step Too Far, and I loved it.
Okay, yeah.
And I remember every time I saw them, my ass was always up there with them.
Dude,
I'd be up there with my boy from fucking Westchester named Pat Attack. So if you watch this, I love him.
Okay, cool.
We're on the back of a 7-inch from getting pulled off.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's dope. That's
either
dope.
7-inch or a bootleg. Mm-hmm. I love that.
That's amazing.
But this is their first album. This is essential for any hardcore fan, because the band. This is like I don't know, because the singer John Franco runs Dead City merch, and they put out a lot of stuff. But you could tell from years of experience of going to hardcore shows that they wrote these songs amazingly, and their drummer was so fucking phenomenal. They used to have a bass line that opened up into so many songs, like Defenestration of Prague. It's still the greatest fucking song I've ever heard in my life. You cannot say you're a hardcore kid at any age if you do not own this fucking record.
Oh, it's so good, man.
This is the best.
You can't live on that. That fucking song is.
Yeah,
can't live on that. Oh my god!
It starts off with a song called "Torsion Badger," which is it's a fast song, and then you go into it's a build-up song. But then you go into "Slow Down," which is a super fast song.
Yeah,
the drummer is insane.
Mm-hmm.
But then you get into the advance where it's a build-up, how the fuck the lyric? I gotta read this to explain. It goes, follow the advice, don't listen at all. Take the negative, try not to withdraw, and it's building up.
Yeah.
And then it breaks into a really fast song, and then when it feels like you're marching to battle.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the only way I can describe that song.
Yeah.
And then then you hear the was it the symbol douche at this Defenestration of Prague, and then you're like, oh my god,
so good. It's funny because I remember
and the cool part is if you buy the record, you get all the lyrics.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
it's not on a sheet; it's right there.
It's right there. Yeah.
You can fucking sing along with John Franco, just so you have your fucking record, and you're just I can't live on that. Anyways,
and then they got a great song. the one of the best songs on here is a song called Mayday, and it's about protesting. It's about the government, in general. It's all of this changes to keep it in the same, and then it's Berlin, suppressed for too long, gonna make ourselves strong, Berlin.
Yeah, man.
And then there's one of the sickest lines on here, talks about from the government's point of view, gonna make ourselves strong, Berlin. Told you that its politicians don't lie, Berlin. To carry a nation again, once again we will rise, Berlin. It's a big fat ass in a fine young dress. Tear the houses down that don't suit you best. Minstrel scum will let you live in filth. Are we really better off than we were before? The leaders will lie so that people will buy in.
Oh, dude.
John Franco's phenomenal.
It's funny because
that dude can write some fucking sick shit.
It's funny because I remember somebody. I don't remember who it was, but I mean it was probably but I remember hearing about the band, and then I'm like, oh shit, hell yeah! I wasn't into hardcore like that yet, and I remember listening to it, and I was I didn't love it at first. It was good. It was good, but I didn't love it at first, and then I kept listening to it, and I just grew on me more and more and more, and then it's one of my favorite albums of all time.
The demos are psychotically good.
I've actually never heard the demos.
I have them locked up in my mom's in the storage.
Yeah,
I'll bring them one day so you can see it, because the cover is just a police.
The hanging polices?
No, the hanging cops is on the T-shirt I have somewhere in the house.
Yeah,
this is
that's rough.
They had so many. And then here's another thing that a lot of people don't know is that they used a lot of artwork from a guy named Gary Gilmore, who I think he also did the artwork for this one. I'm not too sure. Because usually his name is somewhere. But it was called. But his company was called Wrong Way Flyers. The best flyers ever. It was the most trippiest shit. We're gonna put a couple examples at the bottom of on the comments, so you can check it out. If you've seen any like fucking New York show and you saw one of these flyers, you know it's gonna be a good fucking show.
Oh my god!
And his artwork is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
that dude was like, like when it comes to punk rock and art, that dude was like fucking awesome.
Yeah, like they're like really like like any of these bands, they're really hard hitting, they're really fast, they're really punk rock. John Franco's voice is like, there's something like about his voice that I really like. It's kind of like monotone, and he's not like forcing it out really. Like he's just like kind of shouting, and he has like a grit in his voice that's really like you'll know Awkward Thought when you hear them because of his voice. And I think that's a lot of the really really good hardcore bands in general, like that the top. Like the ones that are at the cream of the crop are usually, I think that's the case. Yeah, you can always tell. You can always tell Awkward Thought by his voice. It's a good, perfect example. Not to cut you off. Neglect. Like, there's no way that you will never not know that it's Neglect. He has a really, really, really distinct, particular voice.
Pull the plug.
Oh my god! I saw them live. It was so good at CDs. Anyways, before I get fucking off track, we got to do that too.
Yeah, the CDs.
I actually have a.
Good.
Yeah, I actually have it.
But here's the thing. They're also legendary for the shows they used to play at a place called ABC No Rio. Here's the funny part about ABC No Rio, which I love to tell people about. Awkward Thought, I've seen a bunch of videos of them playing in the basement.
Yeah.
And I never was at a show in the basement at ABC No Rio. I was always on the first floor. So I asked somebody, I said, why'd you guys move from the basement to the first floor? And they said, oh, don't worry. The ceiling was going to collapse and then land on everybody's head in the basement. I said, then why'd we move it to the first floor so that when it falls with all of us landing on it, let's not break our heads, let's break our legs.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Structurally sound my ass. I work construction now. I know it was bad.
That's really, really funny. I remember hearing like stories that the singer John Franco would never take off his hoodie.
Oh yeah, that's why we're wearing the hoodies in his honor.
No matter how, because I know they were playing a show and he always had a hoodie on.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh my god, how are you not fucking passing out? I mean, obviously he's a fucking gigantic man. Like he's a fucking
he's
huge,
like 6'12",
tough dude, a big man.
We midgets compared.
Yeah. He's a big dude.
I love seeing that guy. I love his merch. I love his record label, Dead City.
Dead City, man.
We're gonna review a lot of stuff off there because I love it.
Yeah.
Now he's putting out a lot of Warzone stuff too, which we're known for our Warzone video too now, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So you can tell we fucking love that band.
Oh, so good.
Hell yeah.
I mean, so besides this record, what was the other one?
I think it was called Ruin a Good Time.
Okay.
It's good, but it's not like this good. Like this one was years in the making.
Yeah.
Like you can tell because they were on the demo tapes and then constant shows they played. Like they were crafting like an amazing record, and this is it.
Yeah.
The second album is good, but not as good as this. They have a couple of 7 inches with like Coming Correct was one of them. I have it somewhere. That one has Defenestration of Prague and one other. Then they have another band called I think it's Run Like Hell, which is pretty good. Yeah, I forget. It's another band. I think the guitar player, I forget their names. I'm sorry. The guitar player or the bass player. I think it was the guitar player. Was in that other band. And then our friend who actually from another band that we're going to review later on called Suburban Crisis played drums on them after the original drummer left. I think he went off to college. That's how young hardcore is in the 90s. It's like everybody, like, you had to go to school.
Yeah.
Our boy Shonen played drums for them for a while, and he's awesome as well. What else can we talk about? There's another track on here that if you ever get to listen to is amazing. Is Cops.
Yeah.
I got to read the lyrics of this one. People getting shot and killed, rape and murder in the world. Still, you choose to hassle me. One look and you think I'm guilty. And it's like, I don't know. If you ever been pulled over for no reason, this is the song for you because you're getting a ticket for nothing. Worthless piece of fucking scum. If you would die, there'd be no loss. Without that fucking badge you see, you never think of fucking with me. Oh, fucking, it's awesome.
This is like that hardcore that's like not posy, like really at all. It's like super.
It's very truthful, but it's very smart. Like the lyrics in here are brilliant. Like Mayday is brilliant. Pulled by a Chain, where it has Simon Trolley from Distraught.
Yeah.
So now one of my favorite bands growing up. Defenestration of Prague will always be like the
course,
definitive
of course.
fucking song
Yeah,
for them. Torsion Badger is great. Slowdown is so awesome. I wish I had at first I couldn't remember the Torsion Badger, but Slowdown, the Advance, and Prague cut you pretty good.
Yeah.
That's
I
all.
mean, like I
And
said,
Can't Live on That
Great,
is
great.
exactly
Yeah.
what it sounds like.
17 tracks of mayhem, straight through, just brutal. And I mean, you gotta take a listen to this. Like I said, if you want to get into like hardcore, at least stuff from the 90s or in general, fuck it, in general 80s, 90s.
Here's the thing:
you
take
want
your
something-
time, find a bunch of good stuff.
Yeah. This is still like, it's still got the old school sound. There's no, like I said, there's no breakdowns. It's not like beatdown style. It's fast, hard punk rock, I guess you can say.
It's
You know
hardcore
what I mean?
punk.
Yeah.
Like if you saw the guys, it's like they look like hardcore punks from the 80s. Because when they were playing, it was real popular to be a neon punk with multiple colors, like neon green, neon blue, neon whatever. I wasn't in that. I was wearing black.
Yeah.
And I don't care what anybody says. Like, that's what I grew up with. I love UK82, and you get a vibe of Exploited in this band as well.
Okay, yeah, I can hear that.
And that's why he
Yeah,
named,
know
I
what
think,
you
his
mean.
label Dead City.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I get that. That's actually that's a good point.
But this band definitely belongs a spot on your shelf.
Yeah.
On your playlist. Go to the fucking gym and see how fucking awesome you feel listening to this
dude.
while fucking bench pressing or deadlifting weight.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, if you're trying to get into hardcore, this is like a really good record to get into. If you're looking for stuff to listen to, this is good. Like I know some people, I know like I don't know, because some people won't get into hardcore because the earlier stuff is not as like hard hitting. In terms of like, it's old music. It's like 30-something years old, like stuff like the Cro-Mags. I mean, that's timeless, but some people
Cro-Mags always been
won't get it,
timeless.
right? This is like a little faster, a little more modern, and it's just got everything. It's got the essence of hardcore with still being like more modern. I mean, modern as in 18 fucking years ago, right? When did the album come out?
2000.
Yeah, so
But they played in the 90s, so we consider them a 90s hardcore
yeah,
band.
so I say this is pretty good to start with. But anyway, I think that's all we got to say so
Pretty
far.
much.
Check
This one
this
we
album
love.
out. Awkward Thought, Mayday. And if you really want something hard hitting and fast, check this shit out. You're gonna be pleasantly surprised. I think that's all we got to say about that. And just tune in for next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe. I'm Abe Von Doom,
I'm Billy Bombs.
and we will see you in the next video. Don't fuck around.